What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodshed, and today we're doing another episode of Fix That Rush. Let's go ahead and get into it. That's right, everybody. We're here back with your favorite Let's Play series where we took a baby Town Hall 14, completely rushed, and we are trying to turn her around and make her look so much better. As you guys can see, here is our progress. Here is what we have maxed out, and that's where the book stops. So you can see we still have a lot of work to do. For those of you who are new or who are just now joining us, welcome. Thank you so much for coming by. We love having you. Ooh, there's another building I have maxed I didn't even know about. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. If you guys enjoy these kinds of videos, it lets me know that you guys want to see it. It helps me out, of course, with the YouTube algorithm. And we're actually going to start off by going and collecting some of this. No, we're not. We're not going to because we're full on shiny ore. So what we're actually going to do is go over here and boost some of the stuff we have because we got ore to burn. So that's what we're going to do first. And what we're going to do is going to be no surprise. We're going to do some of the Dark Orb. For those of you who don't know, we do 5 levels every episode. Now we'll go over here and collect some of the shiny ore to kind of even us back out. And wow, that was fast. That did not take a lot. Now we're going to upgrade, get the Dark Crown. Kind of a cool little thing. Definitely not a necessity by any means, but definitely a cool little thing to have. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into some of these upgrades, right? We're going to be looking at some of this stuff now because we're approaching. Look at that, 9 days, but man, that's a max Eagle artillery. That's kind of dope. But I kind of don't want to go for something that heavy yet, right? That's kind of, I don't want to say counterintuitive because it's not. What we're going to do, we're actually going to go for our heroes, which is going to surprise literally nobody. We're going to do that. How much does that leave us with? I'm going to go Barbarian King, and I'm debating going Grand Warden as well. I think I'm going to just for the sake of saying screw it. We'll do the Royal Champion right there, just so we kind of have everything going and trying to go as quick as possible. The Blacksmith's a really nice thing I am considering upgrading, because that would actually get that to max level as well. So with those E-Titans, I don't think Ice Golems are max for this, though. I think I'm definitely behind there. So you know what, let's actually do this just since we have the money for it, and just so we can, that's just one more thing we can say that we have done and out of the way. Now we kind of have that fine line too on where we're maxed versus where we're not. And now we have an absolute buttload of gold that we don't know what to really do with here. So we're kind of in a sticky spot, right? Do we do something really expensive like this? Do we do something that's only going to take a couple days? Do we just go Town Hall 15? That's always a possibility. We're not going to do that last one. You know, as a matter of fact, while we're here, let's actually upgrade Lassie. Just, again, for something else to do, because I'm going to farm up a lot with this account anyway. So I got stuff that's like 2-3 days is kind of where I'm at. So let's go for something that's also in that kind of time frame defensively. That's 1 day. So, you know what? Let's go for a Inferno. But since we have so much gold, let us try and burn some of it. Let's do that. And let's do that. So that's our first set of upgrades. We will come back with probably 4 builders. The blacksmith probably won't be done. So we're actually going to use some of these. And we'll be back with 4 more builders. All right. We're back. We got some more upgrades, right? We still have 2.5 days, almost 3 days. I did just now put the apprentice builder on that, so hopefully that'll be done in closer to 2 days, 2.5 days, something like that. So that next time we have everything, we actually can do up a little bit of an upgrade for everything. Now, we are in a little bit of a dilemma. Okay, we are at a during the hold on. The Summer Jam, right, where they're doing the upgrade time reduction for all gold upgrades, which is pretty cool. We don't have a lot of gold upgrades that are very high on our priority list, so we're kind of in a weird spot, right? I will say, first thing I do want to do is I do want to upgrade this clone spell. Actually, will allow us to clone the Super Yetis. It's going to be very, very big and very, very important for us. I'm actually going to boost that. And just to say, even though he won't do much of anything for it, but he'll take a little bit of time, make me feel a little better about it. We're gonna do that right away, and you guys can just see it. There's just so much stuff that just has a time reduction. Instead of 8 days, it's 6 days. So I'm kind of tempted with some of these bigger upgrades. I will not lie to you guys. The Eagle Artillery, even that, I could technically upgrade if I want to. I have a little bit extra money there. So I'm kind of torn. Do I do what I would normally do? Do I do what I would do in the event of Summer Jam? I tell you guys what I'm going to do. I'm going to take advantage of Summer Jam. That's kind of where my brain's at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade these 2 Inferno Towers right here. I'm not going to go full bore on doing just the that kind of stuff, right? Not completely. I'll do mostly, but not all the way. I'm going to upgrade the Barbarian King. He's a 3-day upgrade, right? So him, and that will be done at a similar time. No, that'll be done just afterwards, actually. But that's okay. And then I want to look for something that's kind of also in that 3-day wheelhouse with the added time off. That's only 18 hours. That's not a lot. I'm kind of regretting now at this point where I didn't upgrade those more frequently. But that's okay. 2.5 days for that? That's not bad. We can really consider something like that. Expos, not really cutting it right there. Yeah, and I don't really have much else I could do that really makes a whole lot of sense. So what we'll do is we'll burn our little bit of elixir we got. It's not a lot, but we don't want it to burn a hole in our pocket, right? That's kind of the point here. And that is 4 million. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2.5. And we're going to upgrade our first builder hut. Our builder hut going to a higher level. Pretty cool. So that's pretty sweet. Now we're going to go into one of our raids. So we got a raid here. What did you expect except for pushing 10,000 dark elixir, 900,000 elixir, and 1.4 million gold? I don't know what else you guys would expect. And of course we're sitting here. We're actually non-boosted, right? Because our troops and our spells are starting to get to an okay level. Not fantastic, but they're starting to get to the point where I don't need to boost them every time if I want to really still be able to get good value out of them. So what we're going to do here, we're just pushing the Mass Dragons. We're pushing the Super Yetis. Absolutely the easiest thing in the world. I do not regret doing the clone dragon approach at all, because you guys can just see when I'm starting to clone these. I will say I do wish that my clone spell was higher level so I could clone more of the Yetis themselves as opposed to just the Yeti mites. And when this when that lab upgrade comes through, that's exactly what I'll be able to do, and that will really kind of open up a little bit of a better avenue for attacking. Not that it will be drastic or anything outstanding or amazing, but it will definitely help because I'll get that extra added beef as far as the tankiness goes, plus their own Yeti mites that will come off of them. I think it's definitely better to clone them instead of their Yeti mites if you can help it. But sometimes it's kind of the only choice you got. But as you can see, it works out pretty well for me getting a lot of money. So now let's go see how we're spending it. We're back. More upgrades. No surprise here, right? More upgrades. Tons of money. I do need to collect some gems as well from collecting so much gold from the Clan Castle. Love it. Brings us over 1,000 gems. And now we are actually in the elixir part of the boot camp, the Summer Jam. So production's faster, collect faster, time's cut by a quarter. Pretty cool stuff, right? To no surprise. So what we're going to do, I do really want to go ahead and get some of these dragons upgraded. And since, again, I'm getting a little bit of a discount on their time, we are going to do that. I am actually going to boost those as well, at least for the day. And the little bit of change that he will give me, although that's not going to be drastically different for us, right? I do also... see, this is a moment where I really would consider something like the barracks, right? Spell Factor would be another halfway decent one to really consider. Recall spell's pretty cool, right? Recall Juggle, right? Is a cool little thing. I don't know how super important it is, but really what we're going to do is we're going to do the Grand Warden, right? He's got a day and a half now on him thanks to that, so that's pretty nice. 4 days on that, 3 days on that is not that bad. And ooh, level 40, he's only 3 days. That's not bad either. What we're going to do is we're going to do the Queen, and we're going to level 8. Don't mind if I do that, and that will actually take that down by quite a few. Man, all of a sudden I'm so happy we picked up those 500 gems. So that's pretty nice, right? We'll do that, we'll do that, we'll do that. And that does leave us with a couple of little things, right? Ooh, I actually have enough to do this Dark Spell Factory. Get that guy going. Oh, that's. I'm actually kind of surprised I had that much elixir left over. Now we're down in one of those situations where we're down to just the gold that's left, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do one of these guys, 3 days. Not a big deal, right? Get that out of the way because it's something we slowly have already kind of started. So we'll kind of keep it going, right? And then, what else can I do with all this gold, man? I got so much of it, shit. I could do the eagle being like the one thing that's like ridiculously out there as far as time goes. That is actually a pretty decent idea, I won't lie to you guys. And that would be max level for an eagle artillery. That would really get that out of my way. Do I have more elixir on here I could take? No, it's more gold. Ugh. That's killing me. That's killing me. That's killing me. Let's do something else that'll only take a couple of days. 2 days for that. 2.5 days for an Inferno. I'll tell you what. So we're going to do an Inferno 3.4. So I need to waste about 10 million gold. We'll do that. Do this. Beautiful. We'll use these little slurps. We'll use these little builder bites. I don't know why I called those slurps. I regret none of it, by the way. Ooh. Let's upgrade that because apparently the slurp affects that, right? So we'll do that. And we will come back for one more set of upgrades. Alright, so we're back. We have a whole bunch of money. And I do apologize if there's a big difference in how I look and how everything is set up. It had been a hot minute since I've played, did a lot of farming on stream. Now we're here, we're going to finish off this episode nice and strong. First things first, we are going to make sure we go back to the lab and we are going to finish up some of these more expensive upgrades. We're going to do the Dragon Riders. Make sure we're keeping what the army will turn into pretty strong. I actually don't know what max level is for Dragon Riders at this town hall. That's something I should figure out, isn't it? Huh. We'll do something like that just for now, just to have it, right? This does give us a whole bunch of Dark Elixir to... Oh, not as much as I thought. Oh, I hate everything. We'll do that just so I can make sure I can get a second one of these upgraded and going. I'm going to go to the Archer Queen, and we're still here right at the very end of the Summer Jam with... the Dark Elixir time reduction, which is pretty nice. And now that leaves us with 3 builders and a whole bunch of stuff to upgrade and a lot of gold. You guys know how this normally goes, though. So let's do something like this. Take up a whole bunch of our gold, get it to a very high level as far as it goes, too. That might be max level. It might need one more. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. 2 builders, and they all got to be gold, man. So let's do something kind of expensive. Eagle to max? Oh, that'd be kind of a cool way to end the episode, right? Something big like that? 12 million? What can I do for 5? Wow, I really could do that. You know what? Let's do one of these builder huts. Because that's a pretty important thing, right? And then... I need 12. How much does it cost me? I could do 3 of those. And we're going to do the Eagle Artillery. Man, that feels so wrong to have that upgraded so far ahead of other things. I can't even move it right now. We're actually have to update our progress base. It feels so wrong to have that maxed out before I have like level 3 Archer Towers, which is going to be something we have to start working on. In the next episode, we're going to have to start doing some of these. So you guys might have some more upgrades, but obviously some pretty predictable ones. But we'll see. We'll see how everything works out in the next episode. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what else you guys want to see in the comments below. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Take care, everybody.